Oh my word! They've gone and done it! OL's Oulu have pulled one back, and suddenly this game is alive! And Tampere United double their advantage! That's a clinical finish, a truly superb strike that leaves the OLS Oulu defense with absolutely no recourse. Unbelievable! Landskrona Bois were 2 goals down but have come back to 1-1! And that's the halftime whistle. Tampere United holding a commanding 2-0 lead over OLS Oulu. The home side have certainly looked the sharper outfit so far. And there it is! Tampere United extend their lead to 2! A deserved goal for the home side, and they're firmly in control now. Goal! OL's Oulu have pulled one back. It's 2-1, and they are fighting back with everything they've got! And that's the halftime whistle. Tampere United, absolutely magnificent, marching into the break with that commanding 2-0 lead. They've been utterly sensational. United. They've done it again! That's 3! Absolutely breathtaking strike from distance. The keeper had absolutely no chance! What a moment that was! Tampere United have doubled their advantage, and that is a devastating blow to OLS Oulu's comeback hopes! And that brings us to the end of a pulsating first half here in Tampere, with the home side holding a deserved 2-0 advantage over OLS Oulu. Goal Landskrona Bois have scored at the very first minute. Unbelievable start. Goal! Helsingborg have done it! They've broken the deadlock, and the Olympia is erupting! And that brings us to the end of the first half here at the Olympia, a fiercely contested opening 45 minutes, with Helsingborg and Landskrona Bois locked at 0-0. Not a lot to report here, is there? Just feeling each other out, Helsingborg and Landskrona.
Indeed, John. The early possession is quite fluid, with both sides trying to establish dominance in the midfield without committing too many men forward just yet.
Not much happening out there, is it, Mike? Landskrona are just passing it around at the back, not really looking to push forward yet.
They're definitely feeling their way into this, John. Helsingborg have set up a compact midfield, so the boys are looking for that one incisive pass that isn't quite appearing just yet.
It's a cagey start here, isn't it? Both teams feeling each other out. Lots of possession in midfield.
Indeed, John. Helsingborg seem to be building patiently down the left flank, looking for that opening, while Landskrona are holding a compact shape, ready to spring a counter.
Boys looking to stretch Helsingborg out wide here, trying to find those gaps.
They are, John, and you can see the midfield congestion. Neither side wants to give an inch of central territory early on.
A bit of a midfield tussle developing, isn't it? Both sides feeling each other out in these opening exchanges.
Indeed, John. Helsingborg are patiently building from the back, looking for spaces, while Landskrona are pressing effectively, trying to disrupt their rhythm early.
Not much to report yet, is there? Feels like both sides are feeling each other out, a bit hesitant to commit forward.
Indeed, John. Helsingborg are keeping their shape well, looking to build from the back patiently, while Landskrona Bois are pressing effectively when the ball is lost in their own half.
So Helsingborg probing again, trying to find that opening. It's been a cagey start, hasn't it? Oh my goodness! Landskrona Bois have taken the lead! What a start to this second half. The away fans are going absolutely wild!
Indeed, John. Helsingborg are patiently building from the back, looking to draw Landskrona Bois out of their shape. It's about controlling the tempo at this early stage.
Right. Landskrona looking surprisingly comfortable early on here, aren't they? Just need a bit of spark from Helsingborg to get this crowd going.
They're certainly enjoying their spells of possession, John, trying to draw Helsingborg out of shape. Notice how their midfield trio are constantly rotating, keeping the defenders guessing where the next pass is coming from.
Bit cagey out there, isn't it? Not much fire from either side just yet.
It's interesting, John, how Landskrona are dropping their midfield deep, almost inviting Helsingborg forward to then look for those quick transitions on the wings.
And the comeback is complete! Tampere United have absolutely stunned OLS Oulu, pulling one back to make it 2-0 in the dying minutes! And just like that, Landskrona Bois have struck first! A sensational strike to put them ahead on the road! The second half is underway! Tampere United 2-0 OLS Oulu. They're certainly keeping it tight at the back. Landskrona, stifling any early Helsingborg momentum.
Indeed, John. You can see the defensive shape is well drilled. They're not giving Helsingborg any easy channels to exploit between the lines.
Just trying to find a rhythm here, aren't they? A lot of sideways passing, not a lot of penetration.
It's interesting how Landskrona have shuffled their midfield three, creating an overload on that left flank whenever they win it back, looking to exploit it quickly.
Not a lot of joy in this final third yet, Mike. Helsingborg are just struggling to unlock that boy's defense.
They are, John. You can see the shape they're holding, a real compact midfield. It means the wingers for Helsingborg have to come very deep to get involved, which stretches them.
Bit of a midfield battle unfolding here, isn't it? Neither side wanting to give an inch.
Absolutely, John. Landskrona are looking particularly disciplined out of possession, keeping their shape and forcing Helsingborg wide.
Right then, Mike. It's been a bit of a cagey opening here, hasn't it? Both sides feeling each other out.
Indeed, John. You can see Landskrona Bois are happy to let Helsingborg have the ball in their own half, looking to spring that counterattack once they win it back.
Lovely little flick there from Larsson. Almost unlocked the defense. Landskrona looking a bit stretched at the moment.
They are, John, and you can see the hosts trying to exploit that wide channel. It's all about quick transitions from Helsingborg when they win the ball back.
Not a lot happening out there, is it? Just a bit of probing. No real penetration from either side so far.
It's certainly been cagey, John. Landskrona seemed content to let Helsingborg have the ball in their own half, looking to spring on the counter.
A bit cagey this one so far, isn't it, Mike? Feels like both sides are feeling each other out, rather than really going for it.
You're right, John. And it's interesting to see Landskrona Bois holding their shape so well, denying Helsingborg any clear passage through the middle, which is forcing them wide.
Feels like Landskrona are just happy to sit back and absorb, letting Helsingborg knock it about in their own half.
They're certainly well drilled, John. You can see the shape is incredibly compact, forcing Helsingborg wide where they haven't found much joy yet.
Just a touch slow to get going, isn't it? Helsingborg looking a bit hesitant in possession, trying to force it through the middle.
They are, John, and you can see Landskrona Bois are quite happy to let them have it there. It's all about their shape, compact, and denying space in behind for those wingers.
All right, Mike, a bit of a lull here, isn't it? Helsingborg are looking for answers.
Indeed, John. Landskrona are holding their shape beautifully, making it tough for Helsingborg to find those pockets of space.
They're just probing, aren't they? Not quite finding that incisive pass yet.
Indeed, John. Landskrona are holding a very compact shape, forcing Helsingborg wide and then looking to overload the flanks when possession turns over.
On, Helsingborg. Need to inject some urgency here. They're looking a little too comfortable, letting Landskrona dictate the tempo.
They are indeed. Notice how Landskrona are overloading the left flank, drawing Helsingborg's fullback high, creating space for that quick interchange through the middle.
Just waiting for something to ignite here, Mike. Landskrona looking solid at the back, not giving Helsingborg much space to work with.
They've certainly settled into their shape, John. The midfield is compact, denying Helsingborg easy forward passes and forcing them wide, where the crosses haven't found their mark yet.
You can feel the frustration building here, can't you? Landskrona are just so organized, stifling any sort of Helsingborg momentum.
They are, John. You see how the boys' midfield is shifting, cutting off those passing lanes into the forwards. It's a masterclass in compact defending so far.
Just ticking over now, aren't they? OLS look completely spent, a bit like watching paint dry in the Finnish winter.
It's certainly a game management masterclass from Tampere, and you can see OLS struggling to find any real attacking rhythm. Just a lot of aimless possession in their own half.
Not much to report here, is there? Helsingborg just can't seem to find their rhythm against this disciplined boy shape.
They're struggling to penetrate that midfield block, John, with Landskrona Bois cleverly narrowing the space and forcing them wide.
Bit of a chess match developing here, Mike. Both sides feeling each other out, aren't they?
They are, John. Landskrona are really disciplined in their shape, cutting off the passing lanes effectively and forcing Helsingborg wide.
Unbelievable! Tampere United have done it again. A stunning goal to make it 3-0. Surely the final nail in the OLS Oulu coffin. This is a fascinating tactical battle unfolding here. You can feel the pressure building, waiting for that moment of brilliance to break the deadlock. And that's it. The final whistle blows. Tampere United have seen it out. A comprehensive 3-0 victory over OLS Oulu. End of the first half. Helsingborg 0-1 Landskrona Bois. Just can't seem to find that final ball, can they? Mike? Helsingborg looking a bit lost at sea out there. The tension is palpable. You can feel it in the air. And then, a moment of sheer magic. A thunderbolt from the heavens, and the net ripples. It's 1-1. The tension is palpable here. You can feel it in the air as both sides search for that crucial opening.
They are indeed, John. Landskrona have set up very compactly, denying space in behind and forcing Helsingborg wide, where their crossing hasn't yet found its mark.
It's still 1-0 to the visitors. A real tight affair this, isn't it?
Helsingborg are struggling to break down that compact Landskrona defense. They're shifting across the pitch beautifully to deny space in behind.
Just a little bit cagey out there, isn't it? Both sides feeling each other out, not committing too many men forward.
You can see the tactical discipline, John. Landskrona are very compact when they lose possession, forcing Helsingborg wide and stifling any central progression through midfield.
Not a lot happening here, is it, Mike? Helsingborg looking a bit lost trying to break down this Landskrona shape.
They're certainly struggling to find that killer pass, John. Landskrona are very compact at the moment, making it difficult for the hosts to build any real momentum in midfield.
You know, Mike, Landskrona are really packing that midfield. They're just refusing to let Helsingborg build any momentum through the center.
It's a smart approach, John. They're forcing Helsingborg wide, inviting them into areas where they're comfortable dealing with crosses and then looking to spring those quick counterattacks.
Just trying to find a rhythm, aren't they? A bit of a midfield chess match unfolding.
They are, John. Helsingborg seem to be patiently probing, looking for that overload on the left, while Landskrona are really disciplined in their defensive shape.
They're really trying to stretch Helsingborg wide here, aren't they? Looks like a clear plan from Bois.
Indeed, John. Landskrona are patiently probing, looking for those diagonal switches to their wingers who are holding the width exceptionally well.
Anything at all to get excited about here, Mike. This midfield battle is tighter than a drum.
Helsingborg are building patiently, John, looking to draw Landskrona out. Their defensive shape remains incredibly compact, making it tough to find those forward passes.
Not a lot happening here, is it? Landskrona are happy to sit deep, and Helsingborg just can't find that incisive pass.
It's a bit of a chess match at the moment, John, with Landskrona looking to exploit any quick turnover. Their midfield shape is very compact, denying Helsingborg space between the lines.
Just a bit of head tennis in midfield at the moment, isn't it? Not much flow.
Landskrona are holding their shape well, though. Disciplined and compact, making it tough for Helsingborg to find those passing lanes.
Landskrona looking so disciplined, really squeezing the midfield. Helsingborg struggling to find space.
They're effectively cutting off the supply lines to their forwards, forcing Helsingborg to play wider than they'd probably like.
Helsingborg need a bit more urgency from midfield here. They're just letting Landskrona dictate the tempo.
You're right, John. It's interesting how Landskrona are patiently building from the back, drawing Helsingborg out before trying to exploit those wider channels.
Bit of a lull here, isn't it? Helsingborg struggling to break down this stubborn boy's defense, trying to find that spark.
They are, John. Landskrona are just so compact in midfield, forcing Helsingborg out wide and effectively shutting down any central penetration.
Just a little bit of head tennis out there at the moment, Mike. Not a lot of real penetration from either side.
Indeed, John. Landskrona are keeping their shape beautifully, though. You see how they're shifting as a unit, cutting off the passing lanes when Helsingborg try to build from the back.
It's just not clicking for Helsingborg, is it? They're losing the midfield battle, and Landskrona are looking so comfortable.
They are indeed, John. You're seeing a real pattern emerge where Landskrona's midfield three are consistently outnumbering Helsingborg's, allowing them to dictate the tempo.
Hardly a kick of the ball to get excited about, is there? Landskrona are just happy to sit deep and absorb.
They're certainly well-drilled defensively, John, and picking their moments. Helsingborg are struggling to find a clear avenue through their compact shape, relying a bit too much on individual flair at the moment.
A bit cagey out there, isn't it? Landskrona are really digging in, making it tough for Helsingborg to find any sort of rhythm.
They're certainly disciplined, John, cutting off the passing lanes expertly. You can see the frustration starting to build for the home side as they recycle possession without penetration.
Come on, Helsingborg, find a spark here. A little more urgency in that midfield, surely.
You can see Landskrona Bois packing the midfield effectively, John, forcing Helsingborg wide where they've had little joy in breaking down this compact defense.
Just feel like both sides are feeling each other out, aren't they? Looking for that first real opening.
Indeed, John. Landskrona are very compact in midfield, denying Helsingborg those easy central passes, forcing them wide where the crosses are being dealt with effectively.
Not a huge amount of attacking verve from either side, is there? Just a lot of patient probing.
They're certainly feeling each other out, John. And you can see Landskrona's shape is very compact, denying Helsingborg any easy central penetration at the moment.
Just a bit of head tennis in midfield at the moment, not really sticking for either side. You can feel it, can't you? The pressure building, the anticipation, and then a moment of pure, unadulterated brilliance. Landskrona Bois have found their spark, and suddenly it's 1-1. You can feel it, a nervous energy buzzing around this stadium. Both sides desperate to find that breakthrough before the break. You sense it, Mike. A little lull, isn't it? Boys are happy to sit, Helsingborg looking for that spark.
Landskrona are doing well to deny Helsingborg space between the lines, keeping their shape defensively.
It's been a bit of a lull these past few minutes, hasn't it? Just feel like both sides are trying to find that killer pass.
They are indeed, John. Landskrona have really tightened things up in midfield, denying Helsingborg the space to build their usual intricate passing moves.
Just a bit cagey out there, isn't it, Mike? Landskrona holding firm, Helsingborg struggling to unlock them.
They are, John. Landskrona are holding their shape well, stifling Helsingborg's build-up play, and that's forcing them wider than they'd like right now.
Still no real attacking spark from Helsingborg. Are they looking for something specific here?
They've certainly established a compact shape, John, leaving little room between the lines, forcing Helsingborg to probe wider.
Not a lot of clear-cut chances have come their way, have they? Just probing.
Landskrona Bois have really tightened things up defensively. Their midfield three are doing a tremendous job of cutting off the supply lines to the forwards. Well, John, you can see Landskrona's shape is really compact, frustrating Helsingborg's attempts to build from the back, forcing them wide.
It's a bit of a midfield tussle, isn't it? Neither side really wants to give an inch, which is understandable given the scoreline.
Indeed, John. You can see Landskrona Bois are happy to sit deep and frustrate Helsingborg, using their fullbacks to stretch the play and create pockets of space out wide.
You can feel the frustration building here, can't you, Mike? Helsingborg looking a little lost in possession.
They are, John, and Landskrona are doing a superb job of stifling them. Notice how their midfield three are compact, denying space between the lines, forcing Helsingborg wide.
Little bit of head tennis in midfield there. Neither side really getting a foothold.
Landskrona are doing a decent job of keeping their defensive shape, though, making it tough for Helsingborg to find any space out wide.
It's just not clicking for Helsingborg, is it? They're struggling to find any real penetration in that final third.
You're right, John. Landskrona Bois are so well organized defensively, cutting off those passing lanes and forcing them wide. They're quite comfortable sitting deep and looking for those quick transitions when the opportunity arises.
They're just probing, aren't they? Not really stretching Landskrona at all.
No, John, and you see the midfield shape. They're quite compact, making it difficult for Helsingborg to find those pockets of space.
Just a little bit of back and forth here, isn't it? A bit of a lull in proceedings, you feel.
They are certainly shifting the ball from flank to flank without really committing many men forward, trying to draw the opposition out of shape.
Not a lot happening out there, is there? Both sides looking a bit hesitant.
The pattern seems to be Landskrona dropping deep when they lose possession, making it tough for Helsingborg to find space in behind, and they're struggling to break them down.
Just a bit of head tennis developing in midfield, isn't it? Neither side can quite establish a foothold.
Helsingborg are struggling to build from the back, Mike. Landskrona are pressing them intensely, forcing long balls that their forwards can't win.
Landskrona are certainly showing us their defensive shape here, John. It's a tight unit.
They are indeed, John. You see how their midfield three are dropping deep, almost inviting pressure, before looking to spring forward with those quick transitions we've seen them employ so effectively this season.
You'd think with the stakes this high, we'd see a bit more urgency, wouldn't you? They're just passing it sideways.
Well, John, Landskrona seem quite content to let Helsingborg have the ball in these deeper areas, patiently waiting for that moment to spring the counter.
A bit of a lull here, isn't it, Mike? Helsingborg just can't seem to find that killer pass to break down this disciplined boys' defense.
They are indeed struggling to penetrate, John. Landskrona have smartly packed the midfield, forcing Helsingborg wide, and their fullbacks are being kept honest defensively.
Just a little bit ponderous from Helsingborg here, aren't they? Landskrona looking well drilled, denying them any real space to operate.
They are indeed, John. You can see the midfield shape is compact, forcing Helsingborg wide, and they've been able to deal with the crosses quite comfortably so far this evening.
It's a bit of a tight contest, isn't it? Landskrona are digging in, really frustrating Helsingborg's build-up.
You can see the shape they're holding, John. They're compact, denying space between the lines, forcing Helsingborg wide, where they've not found much joy so far.
probing, aren't they? Just trying to find that one little gap to exploit.
It's fascinating to watch Landskrona Bois maintain that compact shape, forcing Helsingborg to play wider and then looking to spring the counter through their quick wingers.
A bit of a lull here, isn't it? Helsingborg just can't seem to find that killer pass.
They're struggling to break down Landskrona's compact shape, John. Their midfield is a little too static, and the wide players are being marshaled effectively.
Not a huge amount of attacking intent from either side at the moment, is there? Helsingborg looking a bit hesitant.
You're right, John. Landskrona are quite compact in their shape, forcing Helsingborg wide and not allowing any easy central progression.
Lovely football from Landskrona, you have to say. Moving it around with real purpose, looking for that opening.
They've really settled into their rhythm, haven't they? The midfield three are compact, denying Helsingborg any easy passage through the center.
Still nothing much happening, is it? Just passing it about in their own half, Landskrona. Need a bit of spark here.
They're certainly being patient, John. You can see the shape they're trying to maintain, really compacting the midfield to deny Helsingborg any space to build.
Just a little bit of head tennis in midfield, isn't it? It's either side really committing to anything, just trying to keep hold of that ball.
It's certainly a cagey affair, John, and you can see Landskrona are happy to just sit back, absorb the pressure, and wait for that moment to spring forward on the counter.
Come on, Helsingborg, wake up! They're just letting Landskrona dictate the tempo here.
It's interesting, John. They're quite content to let boys build from the back, looking for those diagonal passes into their wide players.
You sense Landskrona boys are quite happy to let Helsingborg have it in these areas, just inviting them on.
They are, John, and it's a smart approach. They're compressing space effectively, forcing Helsingborg into predictable wide areas where they can then look to regain possession.
A bit of a lull here, isn't it? Landskrona are just sitting deep, making it tough for Helsingborg to find any real penetration through the middle.
They're certainly organized defensively, John, forcing Helsingborg wide where the crosses haven't found their mark yet, and that's allowing them to recover possession efficiently.
You can feel the tension building, can't you? Both teams probing, looking for that crack in the defense.
It's fascinating to watch the midfield battle unfold. Landskrona are trying to draw Helsingborg's wingers narrower, creating space out wide for their fullbacks to exploit.
Not a lot happening out there, is there? Just passing it around the back, Landskrona.
They're certainly patient, John. Trying to draw Helsingborg out, you see their midfielders dropping deeper to collect the ball.
Just can't seem to get a grip on this midfield, can we? Landskrona are just so well drilled.
They are indeed, John. Notice how their double pivot consistently screens the passing lanes, forcing Helsingborg wide where the crosses are easily dealt with.
This is a bit of a midfield chess match, isn't it? Both sides probing, looking for that inch of space.
Indeed, John. Landskrona are really patient, holding their shape well, allowing Helsingborg to push forward before looking to exploit those wide areas with quick transitions.
Not much to sink our teeth into here, is there? A lot of probing without penetration.
Landskrona are very organized defensively, John. They're stifling Helsingborg's midfield creativity by overloading that central channel, forcing them wide where the delivery hasn't been incisive enough.
Just a bit of head tennis in midfield, isn't it? Nobody really stamping their authority.
Landskrona are content to sit deep and frustrate, I think, drawing Helsingborg wide before looking for that quick transition.
Just can't seem to find that killer pass, can they? Landskrona are sitting so deep.
They're really compacting the midfield, John, forcing Helsingborg wide. You'd expect them to try and exploit the channels with quicker transitions if they win it back.
Bit of a cagey affair, isn't it? Landskrona are happy to sit deep and let Helsingborg have it.
They are, John. It's a well-drilled unit, the Bois, and they're forcing Helsingborg wide, looking to exploit any space on the counter.
Still very little to report here, Mike. Helsingborg are looking a bit lost without the ball, aren't they?
They are indeed, John. Landskrona are pressing them high, forcing turnovers, and those quick transitions are really stretching the Helsingborg defense.
A bit of a stalemate here, isn't it? Landskrona happy to sit back and let Helsingborg probe.
They're certainly disciplined, John, forcing Helsingborg wide and not allowing many clear-cut openings. You can see the patterns forming, though, as they try to switch play.
You feel like Landskrona are just soaking up that pressure, Mike, waiting for a moment to strike on the counter?
They are, John. Their midfield shape is incredibly compact, forcing Helsingborg out wide, where they've struggled to find penetration thus far in this first half.
Just a bit of patient probing from Helsingborg here, aren't they, Mike? Looking for that opening.
They are indeed, John, and Landskrona are holding their shape well, compacting the space in those central areas. It's forcing Helsingborg wide, where the crosses haven't quite found their man yet.
It's a bit of a midfield battle here, isn't it? Neither side really carving out clear-cut chances in this spell.
Absolutely, John. Landskrona are doing well to stifle Helsingborg's build-up, keeping their defensive shape tight and forcing them wide.
Not a lot happening out there, is there? Helsingborg seem to be struggling to break down this Landskrona defense.
They're certainly compact, John. You can see the midfielders dropping deep, limiting the space between the lines for Helsingborg to exploit.
You can tell Landskrona are happy to let Helsingborg have the ball in these areas, just waiting to spring that counter.
Exactly, John. They've got their midfield shape very compact, denying space for Helsingborg's creative players to operate effectively and keeping their defense well organized.
A few nervous passes here from Helsingborg, really struggling to find any sort of rhythm against this disciplined boy shape.
You see how Landskrona are just compacting the space, forcing Helsingborg wide where they've got little joy. It's a clever setup.
Just a touch ponderous from Helsingborg's midfield at the moment, aren't they? They're struggling to find that incisive pass.
They are, John. And you can see Landskrona Bois are happy to sit deep and frustrate them. Their defensive shape is incredibly compact, making it very difficult for Helsingborg to penetrate.
Landskrona just sitting so deep here, John. It's like they've got the lead, and they're absolutely terrified of losing it.
They've certainly shifted their defensive shape, John. You can see their midfield unit is compact, aiming to deny Helsingborg space between the lines, forcing them wide where the crosses are easily dealt with.
Not much to report here, is there? Landskrona are just so organized, making it tough for Helsingborg to carve anything out.
They are indeed, John. You can see the shape they're holding. It forces Helsingborg wide, and once they get there, the crosses are being dealt with comfortably.
A bit of a chess match developing out there, isn't it, Mike? Helsingborg trying to force it, Landskrona just absorbing.
They are indeed, John. You can see Landskrona's midfield compacting beautifully, cutting off those passing lanes that Helsingborg usually thrives on. It's a disciplined shape, frustrating the home side.
They're looking to exploit that space out wide, aren't they? A bit of a cagey affair right now.
Indeed, John. You can see Landskrona trying to spring that counterattack, relying on quick transitions once they win the ball back.
Just a bit of probing from Helsingborg, aren't they? Trying to find a way